This is Water Valley Blue Devil Classic Football. This game features the Water Valley Blue Devils and the Eupora Eagles. The game was played on October the 11th, 2002 at Eupora. The final score was Water Valley 13, Eupora 27. And now here's Doug Carter and Lane Hart.
We have an excellent camera angle tonight. We're right here, practically right on top of the field on the visitor sideline. The camera being up above the bleachers, providing you with an excellent close-up look at the game tonight. This will probably be one of the closest camera shot angles that we've had all year to a ball game, and it should provide you with some interesting shots and see the game a little bit closer than you're normally used to seeing, and should make for excellent viewing for all the viewers out there this evening.
Doug, I don't really know who won. I don't really know who won the toss, but it looks like that Eupora will receive the football here to start the second half. I don't know if
Blue Devils won and deferred.
And then deferred. Okay.
Blue Devils coming out on the field now, set to kick off. Number 8, Derek Croy to kick off for the Blue Devils.
Well, field position will play a part in the game, Doug, and you want to try to make Eupora at least, put a drive together and drive the length of the field to score.
Short kick goes down to about 30, picked up there by number 5 for the Eagles, Curry Johnson.
And already, Doug, on that kickoff, we saw the effects of a wet field. The receiver for the kickoff returner for Eupora actually tried to cut up. He saw a seam, tried to cut and hit that seam, and he slipped and fell. He lost his footing. So already we're seeing the effects of the wet field. The field is soaked in wet. You can't see any standing water on it, but trust me, folks, this field is saturated.
1st and 10 for the Eupora Eagles from their own 35-yard line. Cliff Davis is your quarterback. He hands it off to Kentrell Brooks right up the middle on the first play of the game, and he is stuffed as the Blue Devil defense, led there by Jeremy Rocket and number 30, Lee Mix. Stop him.
Look for Eupora here to come out and maybe try to run a couple of running plays and then start to go to their play-action pass series to make those linebackers bite that play-action fake.
You can see Jeffrey Morris coming off there with mud all over him. That tells you just how wet that field is. Brooks in the backfield along with Sullivan. Davis, and the pass is incomplete as it was intended out there for number 4, Corey McCain. Blue Devils were able to get a little pressure on Davis there.
And that had a lot to do, Doug, with pretty good coverage. Every receiver that was in the pattern looked to be covered pretty well. And like you said, they were able to get a little bit of outside pressure on Davis and kind of threw that ball from his back foot.
Brings up 3rd down now. 3rd down and about 9 yards to go from the 36-yard line.
That last play kind of shows you the intelligence of Cliff Davis. He didn't want to try to force one, so he just threw it away.
Davis looking to pass. Oh, my goodness, he hits number 5. Oh, goodness, breaking tackles everywhere. That's Curry Johnson. And Johnson finally run out of bounds over there way down the field at about the, let's see, it's going to be about the, well, there, 32-yard line. And Lane, that was just missed tackles all the way.
Well, Solomon was there right when the ball arrived to the receiver, and Solomon just didn't tackle him, just flat out didn't tackle him. I don't know if he went for the ball and missed it or whatever, but just poor play there by Solomon.
1st down now for the Eupora Eagles at the Blue Devil 32-yard line. Eric Marshall to the left. Davis's number 1 target. Davis to Brooks. Brooks looking for running room. Tackle by number 22 there, Rocket.
Possibly look for later on in the game now, Doug, Eupora to come back to that pass play, maybe pump it, and on a stop and go route, try to get that cornerback for Water Valley to come up and bite that pump, and then try to go deep with it.
2nd and 9 now for the Eagles. Marshall once again to the left, I formation in the backfield. Davis hands it off to Brooks. Brooks looking for running room over the right side. Doesn't find much.
One thing that makes old Brooks so tough is he's I don't want to say he's relatively short, but he's
low to the ground.
Yeah, he's low to the ground. His center of gravity is low to the ground, and it's really hard to really knock him off his feet. You really got to come up and put a good stick on him and then hold on to him.
If you ever get a chance to get a close look at him, you also see his legs, his tremendous legs. 3rd and 7 now for the Eagles. Davis back to pass. Pass complete out there to number 2, Marshall. Marshall breaks a couple of tackles down the sideline not before he finally gets into the end zone. And the Eagles score on the first possession. Pass complete there to number 2, Eric Marshall. And that, folks, was just poor tackling by the Blue Devils.
Well, you got to credit the Eupora receiver for one thing. He's a good, strong runner. And you're not going to arm tackle that guy. There was a good 6 or 7 missed tackles on that play. And even if you can't tackle him, they were in a position to push him out of bounds. And just great effort there by the receiver for Eupora, able to break those tackles.
Corey McCain on for the extra point attempt out of the hold of Swindle. And the kick is up, and the kick is good. And that makes the score of the Eupora Eagles 7, the Water Valley Blue Devils nothing. We'll be back with the kickoff right after this. Davis will be handling the kickoff duties. 9:36 left in the first quarter of play. Blue Devils about to get the ball on their first offensive series here. Casey, Charlie, and Reggie Morgan back deep to receive. Davis, a short attempt at it. Casey catches it down around the 10. Looking for running room. Casey's still on his feet. Brings it up over the 30 to about the 32-yard line. For the Blue Devils will start 1st and 10.
Well, it kind of puts the pressure back on the Blue Devil offense now, Doug, to at least try to put together a drive and get some field position. Eupora's come out with the opening drive of the kickoff, and they've taken it down the field and scored. So now the Blue Devils need to answer. Blue Devils have really got to be careful here, Doug, not to get too far behind early.
Rogers hands it off straight up the middle to Rico Gillard. Gillard takes it up across the 35 to about the 36.
Good first down play there, Doug. Picked up 6. You'll take 6 yards on first down every time.
2nd down now and about 4 to go for the Blue Devils from the 37-yard line. Also, Lana noticed some offensive line changes. Matt Stevens is at center. William Turner starting at 1 guard. Rogers back to pass under pressure. Gets it off to number 10, Charlie Edwards. Charlie Edwards down the sideline. Charlie Edwards with 1 man to beat. And he's tackled down around about the 10-yard line. Nice pass play and run there by Charlie Edwards.
Well, Charlie, somehow or another, Charlie just kind of got lost in there, and the Eupora's defensive backs just really didn't account for him. Casey was able to hit him, and he had the sideline. Good job here by Water Valley. Now they're knocking on the door here.
The ball is at the 17-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils from the 17. Give us to Gillard off the left side. Gillard tackled by his shoe tops by one of the Eagles on the bottom of the pile. No gain on the play.
Well, Rico hit it up in there, Doug, and Eupora's defense did a real good job of stuffing the hole there. Rico almost was able to bounce that to the outside, but like you said, it was tackled by his ankles there, and pretty much for no gain on the play. You made the comment now about the offensive line changes. One thing we might want to point out: Stephen Hill is not dressed out tonight.
Gillard right up the middle, and he was tackled from behind there by number 85 for the Eagles. Charles Potts.
Excuse me, the play looks just a little bit slow in developing. I don't know exactly the cause of that, but play's just looking a little bit too slow to develop. There was a little hole there, but Rico there just got there a little bit late.
3rd down, 3rd and 9 from the 16. Williamson and Gillard in the backfield. Brandon Hawkins out to the left. Rocket to the right. Casey Rogers rolls under pressure. Casey to the corner, and he's knocked out of bounds. Not enough for the first down, but let's see where they're going to mark it.
He's still going to be a good 5-6 yards short, Doug. Best we can tell. It looks like it's going to be 4th and 6.
Down to about the 12, maybe the 13-yard line. 4th down here now. 4th down and 6. Rogers rolls. Looks in the back of the end zone, and there it is. Charlie Edwards, touchdown, Blue Devils. And Charlie was just as wide open can get.
You begin to get the impression, Doug, that Eupora has prepared this week defensively to try to eliminate the fade route to Solomon. Solomon was double covered on that particular play. He was double covered on the outside. That left the middle wide open, and like you said, Charlie was wide open.
Drake Dickey
big extra point here now
for the extra point. Snap, kick is up, and the kick is good. And that makes it 7-all, and we'll be back with the kickoff right after this. Derek Croy back out on the field now for the kickoff for the Blue Devils as the Devils take their first offensive possession, go right back down the field rather quickly via the pass route and the running of Rico Gillard, and score on a 16-yard Rogers to Edwards touchdown pass. The Dickey extra point was good. And the kick is going to go out of bounds over around about the, let's see, going to look about like the 30-yard line. Seeing as how it went out of bounds, more than likely Eupora will take it at 35, 1st and 10.
Tell you what, Water Valley was pretty lucky there, Doug. They only had 10 men on the field there on that kickoff.
Well, we evidently they choose to make the Blue Devils kick it over again. They want to return the ball. I'm not so sure I agree with that particular play, but Eupora's coach seems to want to run the ball back, so we'll see how this goes. They'll mark the penalty off.
Well, they're trying to get themselves a little bit better field position.
Ball now will be kicked off from the Blue Devil 35-yard line. Let's see. I hear a whistle. Not real sure what. I don't see a flag. Do you see a flag? You got me on this one.
I think maybe what happened, Doug, is Derek may have kicked it too quick. In other words, he didn't wait on the head official. He kicked
blow it
it
into
before
play.
Blow it into play. Now he's good to go.
And it's going to hook out of bounds again. Penalty once again.
Well, Doug, this has been a problem all year long. Is kicking here. That's 10 yards you have given the receiving team on penalties, and now it looks like Drake Dickey's going to come in and try to kick it off.
Got to back it up 5. This time it'll go back to the 30.
So, all this time you're giving Eupora another 5 yards. Now the deep back for Eupora is sitting on about his own 23-yard line.
Well, there's another whistle.
And that's going to be all sides on the kicking team. And they're not attempting onside kicks, Doug. These are just poor kicks. They're not trying to do this on purpose. I think they're trying to maybe kick it over toward the corner and not let number 2 receive it. But sooner or later, you got to just kick it away and hope for the best, because now you've given them 15 yards in penalty yardage, and they haven't, and Eupora hadn't even touched the ball yet.
Yep. Now he's kicking off from the 25-yard line. Gets the ball up this time, goes over up to about the caught at the 43. Now your coverage team has to come up and they corral him at about the 49-yard line, where the Eagles will take over 1st and 10 at the Blue Devil 49.
Blue Devil 49-yard line, Doug. And there again, the penalty yardage just killed you. So now Eupora is going to get to start with their possession inside Blue Devil territory. And trust me, folks, Eupora don't need any help at all.
None whatsoever. First and 10 now for the Eagles. Brooks and Sullivan in the backfield. They give it to Brooks. Over the right side, Brooks looking for running room. He gains maybe 2, maybe 3. Call it 3 to the 46-yard line. 2nd down and 7. 6 minutes and 44 seconds to go in the first period of play. 7-7 is your score. The Eagles with the ball.
Always got to be wary of play action pass here now.
Give it to Brooks. Brooks gets to the 45-yard line, maybe down to the 44. Gain of another couple of yards. Brooks finding the going tough inside the tackles.
It's going to be 3rd down and now about 5, Doug. It's a big play here for Water Valley's defense now. You probably look for some kind of play action pass here, maybe trying to hit that quick slant. And the key is if they complete the pass, you got to be there to make the tackle. Make the tackle.
Number 2, Eric Marshall, out to the right, a very possible pass recipient. Back to pass goes Davis, under pressure, and he's sacked! Albert Horton sacks him back at the 45-yard line. Nice play by Albert.
Well, that's a big advantage, Doug. Excuse me. If you can flush Davis out of the pocket, then the advantage kind of shifts to the Blue Devil defense because of the Blue Devils' defensive speed. They got a little bit better speed maybe than Eupora does on the corner. So if you can flush Davis from the pocket, that might give you a shot.
4th down now, 4th down and 14. Davis back in punt formation. Casey Rogers back deep to receive. Oh, and he gets the ball off. It's a wobbly shank. It's going to hit it on about the 35-yard line, and it'll be downed roughly at about the, looks like about the 32.
That's a perfect example, Doug, of how wet the field is. Normally on a dry night, you'll get a little roll out of that, but it hit and then it stopped because the field is so wet.
And the Blue Devil defense really saved themselves right there, because after all that fiasco on the kickoff of the penalty yardage, they were able to make a strong stand and to get the ball back here for the
good job
offense.
by the defense. And we mentioned before the game started that one of the keys against Eupora's pass game was going to be get pressure on Davis, and they've been able to do that so far.
Rogers on a keeper, still on his feet, able to take the ball forward over the 35 to the 36.
Another good yardage on 1st down, Doug. That's a gain of about 5 or 6. You'll take that every time on 1st down.
Ball is at the 36-yard line. 2nd down and 6. Rocket out to the left. Reggie Morgan to the right. Williamson and Gillard in the backfield. They give it to Gillard. Gillard is stopped at the line of scrimmage as he is held up there by number 24 for the Eagles.
Just got to do a little bit better job.
Nicholson.
You got to do a little bit better job of blocking there. I think the defensive line, I don't know specifically which lineman it was, but defensive lineman there for Eupora did an excellent job. I think it was number 85. Defensive tackle there. He did a real good job of getting rid of that blocker and creating that stuff.
3rd and 6. Casey Rogers around left end. He is going to take it up close to about the 39-yard line. That's going to be close to first down yardage, but not close enough. Well, they mark him down actually back at about the 38.
There again, Casey, on both running plays on that series, he was just about a step away from really breaking off a big play.
4th and 4 here. Charlie Edwards back in punt formation.
This is going to be key now, Doug. Wet field, wet ball. Got to be sure to get a good snap here.
Marshall and Johnson back to receive. Good snap. Oh, nice punt there by Charlie. He touched it. That's a live ball. Blue Devils recover. Heads up play there by the coverage team. I believe that was Tim Ham.
No, Doug. The referee said he didn't touch it. The referee said he did not touch it.
Well, that's...
Eupora may have gotten away with one there. It was close. It was close. I couldn't tell if he touched it really. I know he stuck his hand out, Doug, but the fact that he was falling back and falling away from it, I just don't know, because you didn't see the official throw the beanbag. You know, whenever there's a muff or a fumble, the official throws the beanbag.
Eupora gets a gift.
Now, the important thing is here, Doug, you've got the field position advantage here. The defense needs to hold them right here.
Davis hands it off. He's still on his feet driving, and the Blue Devils tackle him up at about the 36-yard line. 26-yard line, excuse me.
He gained about 8 or 9 on that play, Doug. That's a little bit more than you want to give up on first down.
2nd and short, 2nd and 2 for the Eagles. Brooks and Sullivan in the backfield. They give straight ahead. That was Davis, I believe, on the quarterback sneak straight ahead. Takes the ball up to about the 30-yard line, just across the 30. That will be enough for an Eagle first down. 2 minutes and 5 seconds left to go in the first period of play. 7-7 is your score. Exciting first period of action here so far as both teams strike quickly. The Blue Devil defense makes a strong defensive stand near midfield, and then we thought we had a fumble recovery, but unfortunately not. And now the Devil defense must stand again. Sullivan and Brooks in the backfield. Davis. Quick pass out to Marshall. Complete at about the 36-yard line. Second and 4. Hand it off to the first man. That's Sullivan. Sullivan takes the ball and gets it up to about the 40-yard line. Close to first down yardage. Just short, should be, depending on where the ball is spotted. If that ball...
Got to watch the hard count now here, Doug. Watch the hard count. Watch
3rd and short.
Quarterback sneak. Key the hard count.
And it's Davis on the quarterback sneak, driving forward to about the 42-yard line. That's enough for a first down. 1st and 10 for the Eagles from their own 42-yard line. Coming up on the end of the first quarter of play here.
That's going to probably run the clock out, Doug, for the first quarter here, going down to 5 seconds, and I believe that's going to be it.
Very, very likely here as the clock goes down now. And that's the end of the first quarter of play. 7-7 your score. We'll be back with the second quarter right after this. The Eagles ran one play there just before we were able to get back. Gained a couple of yards. Second down and 8 from their own 44-yard line. Marshall. Marshall and Hill out. They give it to Brooks. Casey Rogers stops Brooks at midfield.
It's going to bring up another 3rd and short, Doug. Going to bring up another 3rd and about 2. Now, here's where you got to kind of be careful now. Eupora's done got the ball out of the shadow of their own end zone, got some pretty good field position here. They can run. They got the versatility to run just about any kind of play here.
3rd down and about 2 yards to go from midfield. 7-7 is your score. Eric Marshall out wide to the right here, closest to us.
Got to watch the hard count.
Penalty markers on the play as the Blue Devils jumped.
That'll give them a 1st down.
Flag on the play.
Offside against the Blue Devils. Takes the ball down now to the 45-yard line of the Devils and gives the Eagles a 1st down for the Eagles.
First and 10 now in Blue Devil territory. This is a good chance to maybe throw the ball here, maybe go deep one time.
Marshall to the left. They hand it off to Sullivan, and Sullivan has nowhere to go as he is stopped up there in the middle by Mix, Matt Jackson, and Josh Sims. No gain on the play. Call it 2nd down now. 2nd down and 10 from the 45 of the Blue Devils. 2 receivers to the left. Marshall and Hill. Davis back to pass. Marshall, the pass receiver, down the sideline.
Well, one thing I noticed about that particular play, Doug, is they had great downfield blocking by their other wide out. Just a quick hit, and then the defender for Water Valley that was coming up to try to make the play slipped and fell down. Then he had excellent blocking downfield by the wide out, and that allowed him to gain the extra yardage. Got to give Eupora credit, Doug. They've marched it down the field. One good thing you can say that the Blue Devils hadn't given up that big play, so to speak.
Ball on the 20. 1st and 10, Eupora. Gave it once again to Brooks. Brooks over the left side.
I tell you, Eupora's offensive line is doing an excellent job of staying with their blocks. They're coming off the ball and they're making contact with the defensive player, but yet they're staying with them, and they're actually getting a pretty good push off the line of scrimmage.
2nd down and 5 now for the Eagles. Brooks and Sullivan in the backfield. Marshall to the left. Davis hands it off to Brooks. Brooks tries to bounce it outside, and he was knocked off of his feet and out of bounds down close to the 5-yard line, I believe it's going to be. 1st and goal from the 5. Couldn't see who that was who knocked Brooks off of his feet, but they were able to take him off of his feet and knock him out of bounds.
They've actually marked it at about the 4, Doug, so it's 1st and goal from the 4.
Once again, Marshall out to the left. Sullivan and Brooks in the backfield. Davis straight ahead to Brooks, I believe it was.
He I think got in, Doug, but they're saying his knee was down before he went in, so it's going to be 2nd and goal now on the 1.
2nd and goal from the 1.
Maybe even inside the 1.
Defensive substitutions here. Some of them we're gonna get caught here in between if we don't hurry. Davis goes for the sneak, and I don't think he made it. He slipped as he went to drive up through the hole, and he turned. I don't think he made it. Now they signal touchdown. The old delayed call, and Davis gets in for the touchdown.
Well, Doug, I think they were actually, the reason of the late call is because, one, they wanted to be sure the ball was in the end zone, and two, there could have been a possible fumble. They wanted to be sure that he recovered his own fumble before they ruled touchdown.
Number 4, McCain on for the extra point attempt out of the hole to Swindle. 7:17 left to go here in the first half. Snap is back, the kick is up, and the kick is good, and that makes the score 14-7 in favor of the Eupora Eagles. We'll be back with kickoff right after this. Davis kicks it off for the Eagles. Casey Rogers breaks through the hole. Oh my goodness, Casey Rogers all the way into Eagle territory down to the 44-yard line. What a run back by Casey Rogers.
Well, once again, Water Valley answers the drive, so to speak, and they're going to actually start with the football well inside Eupora territory. Looks to be they're going to spot it on the Eupora, about the Eupora 43, just past the Eupora 43-yard line. Great field position here for Water Valley with 7:02 to go in the half. That's plenty of time.
1st and 10 for the Blue Devils now from the 43-yard line of the Eagles. Solomon rocket out wide to the right. Corey Williamson and Rico Gillard in the backfield. Rogers looking to run the option down the line, and little or no space there as he was tackled by number 3 for the Eagles. That's Sean Bingham.
Tell you, Doug, the best I could tell so far in the game that Eupora's front line, both offense and defense, their front lines on both sides of the ball is winning the battle on the line of scrimmage. That's what caused that play. That's what held that play for no stop. And Water Valley's got to figure out a way, their offensive line's got to figure out a way to push those guys off the ball a little bit. 2nd
and 10, Corey Williamson straight up the middle. Corey takes it down into about the 40-yard line. Gain of about 3 on the play. 3rd and 7.
Gain 3 yards, brings up 3rd and 7. For the Blue Devils, brought down by number 21, Colton Anthony.
Rocket out to the right. Williamson and Gillard. Rogers hands it off to Gillard. Gillard straight up the middle. Rico takes it down to about the 35-yard line. That's going to be close to first down yardage.
Still going to be a good 3 yards short, I believe, Doug. Maybe a long 2.
Ball resting on the 35. It's going to make it 4th down and about 2. Ball resting just outside the 35, and a 4th and 2 now for the Blue Devil offense. Crucial play here. Rogers, quick little pass to Charlie Edwards over the middle on the slant. Charlie Edwards is going to score.
No, they're going to mark him down.
They're going to mark him down. You're right.
I think that's the right call, Doug. It looks like he got tackled and maybe slid into the end zone.
Yeah. Going to be 1st and goal at the 1, I believe, or somewhere close to that vicinity, as they dragged his knee down just before he scored. They marked it on the 2. 1st and goal from the 2. Williamson and Gillard in the backfield. Brandon Hawkins out to the right. From the 2, they give it to Gillard. Touchdown, Blue Devils, Rico Gillard.
Tell you what, Doug, so far in this football game, the defensive neither defense has been a factor.
This could be who has the ball last. Drake Dickey on now for the extra point attempt. Out of the hole to Casey Rogers. 4:46 to go in the half. and the kick is no good. And that leaves the score 14-13 in favor of the Eagles. All right, back down here. Drake Dickey set to kick it off for the Blue Devils. 4:46 to go here in the first half. Drake sets it up over on the far hash mark. Kicks it toward the corner. Got about the 30. Looking for some running room. And he's tackled at about the 45. Loose football.
Oh, he was down, Doug. He was down.
Ball came loose after he was down.
Well, let's go back to the scoring play a little bit, Doug, on Water Valley scoring play. What they did there, they put Charlie on what they call a hot route. They just kind of faked that dive, faked that 32 dive there, and then hit Charlie on a hot route. What that means, Charlie just comes off the line of scrimmage, is immediately looking for the football. They call that a hot route. And then Charlie was off to the races.
First and 10 now, Eupora from their own 45-yard line. Two receivers out to the left. That's Hill and Marshall. Davis hands it off to Brooks. Brooks is met in the backfield by Albert Horton and Lee Mix. Right family, wrong brother. And he has no gain on the play. Second and 10.
Still plenty of time if you're poor. Clock's counting down to 4:12 now to go in the half. Still got all three of your timeouts, so it's no reason for you to get into a panic situation. They still got plenty of time to put a score on the board.
Marshall right, Hill left. Davis back to pass, looking for Marshall. Excellent pass defense there by Casey Rogers as he had the inside position and knocked it away. Third and 10 now for the Eagles from their own 45.
You can look here, Doug, maybe because it's third and long now, maybe look for some kind of a screen pass, maybe a draw play. Might want to look for that quick route again out on the corner.
Very possible, depending on where he lines his receivers up. Once again, he sends two to that left side. Davis back to pass. And once again, that's what he was looking for. And he's tackled.
Looks like he's going to be short. Third and going to be third and less than a yard, looks like, Doug.
Yeah, third and less than a yard. Well, 4th and 1, excuse me. It was 4th and 1. Let's see what the Eagles choose to do here on a 4th and 1 from midfield.
Once again,
just past midfield.
You got to watch for the hard count. They've tried it once before and were successful. Watch for the hard count. Maybe the quarterback sneak here.
They're not going to punt it. They're going for it on 4th and about a yard. Davis to Brooks. And Brooks, with enough forward progress, he lunges through the line to about the 44-yard line. That's enough for the first down. We'll take a break right there and be right back. And we're back now as they give it to Brooks, and a pie comes flying in from the backfield. See what that particular call is going to be.
Number 9, Horton, flag on the play.
I think it's a face mask, Doug. I couldn't tell. The referee had his back to us.
Whatever the call was against the Blue Devils, and we had stuffed them on that particular run. Ball goes down to the 30-something yard line, and the Blue Devils call a timeout, and we'll take one along with them. First and 5 for the Eagles from the 38-yard line of the Blue Devils. 14-13 Eagles is your score. Handed off to Sullivan, and he is stuffed as he has nowhere to go right up the middle. Horton and Phillips there to greet him. Brings up second down and 5.
Keep in mind, Doug, now they can go play action off of that. Now they're getting down. You're within 2 minutes now, minute 55 and counting. And so you might see Eupora maybe try to go a little bit more urgent play calling here.
Under 2 minutes to go. Second and 5. Davis hands it off to Brooks off the left side. Brooks breaks through the line, looking for some running room, and he's stopped down around the...
May have a holding penalty here, Doug. There is a flag down, but there may be a holding penalty. They may get number 7, I believe it's number...
Flag on the play.
Check that. It may be number 2, Marshall.
It's against the Eagles, whatever the call was.
I think it was holding. I think they called number 2, Marshall Eupora, for a holding call.
That's going to bring the ball back to about the 43. Illegal block in the back, I believe they said the call was. 1:22 and counting left in the first half. Second down and 9. 2 receivers split out to the right. Running play as Brooks gets the draw. He takes it down inside close to the 30-yard line. That's going to be enough for a first down.
Well, it was a good play call there by Eupora. Water Valley was looking pass all the way, and now I think Eupora is going to use a timeout with 49.2 now to go in the half.
Timeout, Eupora. We'll be right back. 49 seconds left to go here in the first half of play. 14-13 is your score. Eupora has the ball, 1st and 10 on the Blue Devil 30-yard line. The Eagles looking to try to score one more before going in, as they have just a 1-point lead here at the present time. Marshall and Purnell. Davis back to pass, under pressure, sacked by Russell Phillips. Big play there by the Devil defense.
That's going to force Eupora now to call another timeout, and I think that just leaves them with one timeout with 38.3 to go in the half.
We'll take a break and be right back. .3 seconds left to go in the half. 14-13 Eagles. And after the big sack of Davis, it's a second down now and 15 from back at the 35-yard line. 3 receivers this time, 1 to the left, 2 to the right. Davis out of the shotgun, under pressure. Heaves it toward the end zone. He had a receiver open, but he overthrew him. Pass was intended there for number 9, but he just overthrew him. A little bit too much arm on that one.
Well, number 6 for Water Valley, that's going to be Reggie Morgan. He was up playing a bump and run technique on that wide out, and he did. He bumped him, and then he allowed that receiver to release the inside. Now, I don't know if Reggie was expecting safety help toward the middle of the field, but that receiver got to the inside, and I think Reggie actually thought he was expecting the safety to come over and help him on that play, which it wasn't. It was one-on-one coverage all the way, and Water Valley got lucky right there.
3rd and 15. Heaves it up. Oh, what a play there by Casey Rogers as he knocks it away as he gets the inside position. Marshall wanted the interference call, but it was not to be.
Well, Casey had perfect position there. He didn't let the receiver get behind him, and if there was going to be any kind of a flag, it was going to be offensive, because that offensive receiver was going to have to go through Casey to make that play.
4th down now, 4th down and 15 from the 35. Marshall to the right. Well, hold up. The Devils want to talk about it.
Well, Doug, they just want to be sure here that they got all their coverage in place, because this 4th down now, here's an opportunity to prevent Eupora from scoring right before half, and you can go in at halftime just 1 point down.
and you get the ball to open the second half.
You don't want to make a mistake here on a 4th and 15.
Definitely the case. The Devil defense has played pretty well so far in the first half. We've managed to get some pressure on Davis a couple of times, sack him a couple of times.
I think that's been a real key, Doug. But now one major concern I think Coach Drury and his staff has got to be concerned with is when the secondary comes up to support the run. In other words, when they recognize run and they come up and support the run, they've got to make the tackle. There's too many missed tackles going on in that secondary right now.
Fourth down now, 4th down and 15 from the 35-yard line of the Blue Devils. 3 receivers in the pattern. Davis out of the shotgun. Davis rolling to his right under pressure from Russell Phillips. Has Marshall cutting across the middle. But
that's going to be a first down, Doug.
It's a first down, and as Lane pointed out, the clock will stop for the change to move on the first down.
Well, it won't start again now till on the snap because he got out of bounds.
17.9 seconds left to go in the first half, and the Eagles have it. First and goal from the 10.
First and goal from the 10 for the Eagles. Come on, defense!
2 receivers to the left, Marshall to the right. Davis hands it off to Brooks, and they stuff him. Big Travis White along with Albert Horton, and
Eupora used their last time out, Doug.
The Eagles used their last time out here with just 11 seconds left. All right, here we are back now. 11 seconds to go. Second and goal from the 10. I'm like you, Lane. I think they're going to go to the air here because I really don't think they can run up the middle and get it.
I think he's going to get the ball looking for one receiver. If it's not there, he may try to throw it away to at least get one more play in.
Davis, and he throws one low, but he got popped as he let go. Third down with 8 ticks left on the clock. Third and goal from the 7. Third and goal from the 7. Once again, this time 2 receivers right, single receiver left. Out of the shotgun, Davis looking for Marshall, and Marshall just made an excellent play right there in the corner of the end zone. That's all you can say about that. Casey was there with the coverage. Marshall just went up, had the height advantage, and caught the touchdown pass.
Davis' pass, completion number 2, and Marshall, touchdown, Eupora.
Corey McCain on now for the extra point attempt out of Swindle's hole. High snap. And the kick is no good. Oh my. That leaves the score 20-13 in favor of the Eagles with 3 seconds left to go here. And you got 1 kickoff left to go here. The Blue Devils will get the kickoff. I would imagine Eupora will probably try to just squib kick it to keep the ball from being returned. We will see what the situation turns out to be here with just 3 seconds left. 20-13 is your score as the missed extra point comes over to haunt the Eagles from Eupora. Now the Blue Devils are only down by a touchdown and an extra point.
It had to be a 2-point conversion. No, you're right, Doug. I apologize. You're right.
Davis set to kick it off now. And as I figured, he gets a kick. And Pierre Allen falls on the ball. And let's see. Time has expired. That's the half. 20-13 is your score. And the Blue Devils will get the ball here first in the second half. Davis set to kick off now for the Eagles. Coach Dixon and his special teams unit out there on the field. Casey Rogers, Charlie Edwards, and Reggie Morgan will be back deep to receive. Let's see if Davis will kick it away or if he will squib it. I really don't think he'll kick it to Casey, but we'll see. Squibs it. And the Blue Devils fall on it at the 40-yard line.
Well, once again, Doug, you really can't complain about that. Pretty good job there by Water Valley's defense, or Water Valley's return team. I agree with you. I don't think he wanted to kick it to Casey, so he squibbed it, and Water Valley was able to recover, and they're going to get good field position once again, starting on their own 40-yard line.
First and 10 from the 40-yard line as Albert Horton falls on it. And the Blue Devils come out of here first and 10 on their own 40. Solo rocket out to the right. Brandon Hawkins to the left. Williamson and Gillard in the backfield. They give it to Corey Williamson on the first go, and he is stopped short of the goal at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Loss of a yard, actually, maybe even 2. Second and 12 here. They lose 2.
You at least want to put together 3 or 4 first downs here. Now, you don't want to go 3 and out.
Gillard with the ball, looking for running room. No gain on the play. Looks like the Eagles have come out here in the second half, committed to stopping the run as they're playing a lot of men up in the box.
Well, you know, if I was Eupora on defense, that's what I would want to do. I'd want to force Water Valley into throwing the football, although Water Valley has had great success throwing the football tonight. But, you know, Water Valley's a running team. That's the way they gain their yardage, and so you want to try to force them into a passing situation.
3rd and 11. Rogers rolls to his right, under pressure. Penalty marker. Gets the pass complete to Charlie Edwards, but there is a penalty on the play. See what that call is.
I think, Doug, Charlie's, well, I'm going to wait till they spot the ball. You may have a holding call here. Oh, check that. Face mask, Eupora. Automatic first down.
Penalty against the Eagles. Is it the... the 5 or the 15-yard variety? Well, at the rate he's walking, it's got to be the 15. Or did they tack it on to the end of the play? First down, Blue Devils inside Eupora territory at the 46-yard line anyway, is what you wind up with. And Casey Rogers is sacked in the backfield with some defensive penetration there by the Eagles, all the way back to the...
Doug, that had to be a blown blocking assignment. That was just too easy. Somebody had to blow their blocking assignment there.
Second down now, 2nd and 13. $9:17 left in the 3rd quarter. They give it to Gillard. Gillard trying for running room up the middle.
I tell you, Doug, and just like in the first half, Eupora's defensive front is controlling the line of scrimmage. Water Valley's offensive line is not getting any kind of push whatsoever.
Third down now, third down and 11. Reggie Morgan in the game along with Rocket. And that was just a stunt that was perfectly timed. He timed the snap count just perfectly.
Roger Scott on the play, that number 1, Michael Johnson. Come on, offense, come on! Roger scores. Brings up 4th and 14 for the Blue Devils.
Edwards gets it away. Gonna get a nice roll out of it.
And it rolled out of bounds.
Rolled out of bounds. Let's see where they're gonna mark it at. Pretty good punt. It's gonna be pretty deep in Eagle territory. Looks like it's gonna be down around the 13-yard line. Not a bad punt there by Charlie Edwards.
Well, here's what you want as far as defensively as you're concerned, Doug. Now you got Eupora fairly deep in their own end, ball on their own 13-yard line. Now you want to try to force them into a 3-and-out and make them have to punt the ball deep in their own territory.
Davis hands off to Brooks. Brooks looking for running room. He gains takes it up to about across 15 to maybe the 16, gain of about 3.
Brooks on the carry, picks up about 3 yards. Followed by Morgan Phillips. He's 7 for the Eagles.
Second down and 7 for Eupora. Brooks on the run and tackled there by Walter Fleming. Up around the 24-yard line.
That's going to be a first down, Doug.
First down, Eupora.
Stop played by number 20, Walter Fleming of the Blue Devils.
Give it once again to Brooks. Brooks breaks it loose on the left side. Down the sideline, and he's finally brought down over there at about the 40-yard line. Make it to 42.
Number 23, Tim Brooks going out of bounds at the 42-yard line. First and 10, Eupora.
First and 10 for the Eagles at the 42-yard line of the 6:24. Marshall to the left. They give it to Brooks. This time they stack up the line, and Fleming and Mix combine on the stop.
Brooks on the carry. Gets a yard. Tackle by number 20, Walter Fleming. Brings up 2nd and 9 for the Eagles.
This is a big series here, Doug. With pretty much the third quarter, it's just about gone. You're down to 5:40 and ticking now in the third quarter. So Water Valley really needs to stop here bad.
2nd and 9. Pitch it back to Brooks. And Brooks takes it up to about the 45-yard line. Gonna bring up third down now. Third down and about 7.
This is a big play right here now, big play.
Brooks on the carry, gets 2 yards. Tackled by 14, Brandon Hawkins, the Blue Devils. Brings up 3rd and 7.
You can watch for the draw or play action pass. Now Eupora is going shotgun formation here. Now they can do various things out of this formation.
Davis gets a snap. Under pressure, looking for Marshall. And he just overthrew him.
I was a little bit surprised at that play call, Doug. I thought they would have at least tried to get the first down, but I think what they're thinking is if they didn't pick it up or if they didn't make it work, then they'll try to punt it away and then force Water Valley once again to drive it down the length of the field to score. So in other words, Eupora is basically putting this into the defense's hands.
Back deep to receive is back deep to punt is Davis. Rogers and Edwards back deep to receive. Davis will be punting from about his 35. Ooh, he gets off a good one. And it's going to go. What a punt by Davis.
It's going to pin him in. It's going to pin Water Valley down inside the 5 now.
Ball inside the 5-yard line. Not sure exactly what yard their marker they're on, but they're deep in their own end. And the Blue Devils got a lot of turf to work through.
Well, now it's going to be imperative now. Water Valley's got to put some first downs together. Now look for Eupora now on defense. They're probably going to get really aggressive here and try to keep this field position to their advantage.
At the Blue Devil 3-yard line, it'll be 1st and 10 from their own 3.
1st and 10 from their own 3. Blue Devils try to go straight ahead. Let's see,
that's Corey.
Corey Williamson on the carry.
Play to Corey, and it went nowhere.
No gain.
If anything, Doug, you got to try to get your punter some room to work with, because if Water Valley had to punt it from right there, Charlie's going to be punting it out of his own end zone.
2nd down now, 2nd down and 10. Gillard gets a little breathing room as he gets it out over the 5 to about the 6. That time they picked up that stunning linebacker number 1.
There was a good seam there. There again, I think the play's just a little bit slow in developing. If Rico can get there a little bit quicker, he could have had a lot of running room there.
3rd and 5 for the Devils now. That was Gillard on the play once again. Takes it up, gain of another 3 or 4 yards. Not sure exactly how many.
It's going to be 4th and short.
Going to be short.
Well, they may be going to measure it. I think they're going to measure it, Doug.
Official timeout here. They're going to measure. All right, we're back now. And on a 4th and short.
I think if you're Water Valley here, you got no choice. You got to punt the ball. The ball's on your own 13-yard line. You just can't risk going for it and then not making it, and that's going to give Eupora a great field. Eupora's going to probably come out of this with good field position regardless.
Charlie Edwards will punt from about his own goal line. Good snap. Edwards gets the punt off, pushes him back to midfield, and they tackle him at about the 40. Pierre Allen there for the tackle.
Well, that's about as good.
We'll take a break and be right back. We're back now as the Eagles send Kentrell Brooks up through the middle. He's going to be close to 1st down yardage. Going to bring up a 2nd and short.
He's got 8 yards. He's 2nd and 2 for the Eagles. Foul by number 10, Charlie Edwards.
Second and about 2. 3 receivers, 2 to the left, 1 right. Davis gives it to Brooks. Penalty marker on the play.
Maybe a false start or illegal motion. It's going to make it second down now and about 8 now, Doug. Maybe second and 7. Tell you what, the Blue Devil defense is going to have to figure out a way to slow down Brooks. I'm going to tell you right now, the Eupora offensive line has pretty much had their way.
Second and 7. Davis to hand it to Brooks again, and this time the defense swarms in on him after he gains maybe a couple. Third down now, and about 5. Now make that third down and about 6. Big third down play here. Two receivers to the left, 1 right. Davis. Oh, and the Blue Devils were very lucky there as he threw it low. Russell Phillips got some pressure on him. That's going to bring up a 4th down now and about 6.
I believe Eupora is going to try to punt it here, Doug, and try to pin Water Valley deep again. Now right here, Doug, Casey and Charlie both need to stand right on the 10-yard line. And if the ball's over their head, they just need to let it go. If you can't catch it on the 10 or further up beyond the 10, you just let it go.
Davis back in punt formation.
Wouldn't be surprised, maybe try to see Water Valley come after this thing. Try to turn the field around a little bit.
Get the punt off.
Oh man. I don't know what Eupora's coverage team was thinking, but man, they were there to keep that thing from going in the end zone. But fortunately for Water Valley, it rolled in the end zone. The ball's going to come back out to the 20.
We'll take a break and be right back. 19-yard line.
Doug, it's going to be more. It's going to be more like the 13.
13, all right. It's hard to tell what yard marker it is here. That's a second and 16 for the Blue Devils. Pierre Allen in the ball game.
And they're not going to get to play off.
That's the end of the third period of play with your score 20-13, Eupora Eagles.
Well, they rolled Casey out to his right on a rollout pass. And to Eupora's credit, they had all the receivers covered, and Casey wound up getting sacked. In that particular situation, Casey's got to learn to just throw it away. Can't really afford to take the sack that deep in your own territory.
Pierre Allen on the pitch there, coming out of the backfield had that particular pattern had 4 receivers in it. Gains a few of the yards back, gets back close to the original line of scrimmage.
Still going to be about 3rd and about 12.
3rd and about closer to 13. Four receivers to the right. Pierre Allen goes to the left.
Wow, what a tackle. That's how you tackle, folks. If you ever want to teach your kids how to tackle, you need to watch that play over and over, because I mean he hit Pierre and he went straight backward. Tell you, Doug, right now, boy, Eupora's got the huge advantage of field position, and this is 2 possessions now for Water Valley, and they've come up short.
4th and 13 now for the Blue Devils. Charlie Edwards back in punt formation. Low snap. Charlie manages to get it off, hits the ground, get a nice roll out of it. He picks it up and tackled by Jeremy Rocket at the 48-yard line. Nice tackle there by Jeremy.
It was a low snap, and Charlie had to kind of field that thing like a ground ball. He kind of bobbled it, but he did a real good job of at least just getting it off.
Got a nice roll with it, too. Into the 4th quarter of play here. 10:32 left in the contest. 20-13 in favor of the Eagles. And the Devil defense called on once again.
Well, Eupora's had the advantage of field position all this second half, and Water Valley's got to figure out a way to turn this field around.
Davis rolls to his right. Has the receiver wide open over there. That was number 5, Johnson. And he gets taken out of bounds over there.
Oh, what he's bragging about.
This 26-yard line is where he's knocked out at. 1st and 10 for the Eagles.
Tell you what, Doug, if Eupora punches one in here, it's going to be bad news. It's going to be hard to come back from 2 scores against a team like Eupora. Not saying that it can't be done, but it's going to be tough.
They give it to Brooks. Brooks over the right side. Knocked off his feet. There comes a penalty flag in late. See what that's all about.
They have a holding penalty here.
That flag came in late from all the way across the field. Evidently it's against Eupora. I didn't see the signal, only the arm indicating that it went against Eupora. Holding.
No, it's not holding, it's a block in the back.
They call, takes the ball back to the 30-yard line, where it's now 1st and 15. Two receivers to the left. Davis back to pass. Looking for Marshall deep. Almost intercepted. Ball was incomplete down there in the corner of the end zone. Incomplete.
That's great coverage there by Casey. Once again, if that pass was going to be caught by the offensive receiver, he was going to have to go through Casey to get it.
2nd down now, 2nd down and 15 for the Eagles. Once again, Marshall out to the left. Davis rolls, has his receiver coming across the middle. Charlie Edwards tackles him, as that was McCain. He's close to 1st down yardage.
Now, Doug, you remember they had the penalty now. They had the penalty. I still think he's going to be about 4 yards short, but now I think Eupora is in such good field position. If they don't make it here, you could see him go for it. It'll be 3rd down and about 5.
3rd and 5 on the play. Marshall to the left. Penalty markers on the play against the Blue Devils. Offsides. And that may give them the 1st down.
It should.
Outside, called against Water Valley. Automatic 1st down, including 4.
First and 10 now for the Eagles. Davis pitches it back to Brooks, going around the left. Penalty marker on the play. And they tackle him down close to the goal line, but once again, you got a hold against the Eagles that's going to bring it back.
Tell you, Doug, all of a sudden, this game has gotten real sloppy. Penalties on Eupora, penalties on Water Valley. That should be 10 yards from the spot of the foul, and you'll replay the down.
They move the ball all the way back to about the 27-yard line. First and 20, essentially. Marshall to the left. They pitch it back, halfback pass. He heaves it up. He's got a receiver open, adjusting. They wrestle for it, and it's incomplete. As Reggie Morgan was down there with good coverage.
He recovered real well, Doug. At first, he took the fake. He took the sweet fake, but he recovered very nicely. And one good thing, too, it helped, too, that Water Valley was able to get good pressure on the running back that was trying to throw it, forced him to kind of hang it up a little bit and got too much air on it. That helped Reggie recover a little bit.
Second and 22.
Play a little D over here now.
Marshall and Hill to the left. Davis hands it off to Brooks on the draw. And he's tackled short of first down yardage. Considerably.
Boy, I tell you, Ed Brooks is one strong runner. Even when he gets tackled, Doug, he falls forward for 3 or 4 yards. Boy, that was a big collision right there on that play.
Third down now, third down at about 12.
Clock now ticking down to about 7:31, 7:30. This possession here for the Devil defense is huge. They really need to keep Eupora off the board.
Davis under pressure. Horton just misses him. He gets it out off, throws it, and it's complete and a touchdown to Marshall.
Well, right there, Doug, that's the strength of Davis. He was able to still get the good, strong throw off, and then you had a missed tackle over there on the sideline. Eupora was able to punch it in.
McCain on for the extra point attempt now. Out of the hole to Swindle. Extra point attempt is good. And that makes the score 27-13 in favor of the Eupora Eagles. And we get ready to kick this thing off here. Davis set to kick it off. 7:15 to go in the contest. The Eagles up 27-13. And the Blue Devils in need of a quick score. Squib kick. Just get on the ball as Casey Rogers picks it up, brings it back up to about the 27-yard line. And now let's see what the Blue Devil offense can come up with here. With a little over 7 minutes left to go, first and 10 from their own 27, or 28 rather.
Well, you're definitely not out of the game, Doug. You still got 7:07 to go, but you're going to have to get the plays in and out quick. And like you said, it's going to take a quick score to try to get back in this thing.
Penalty flags all over. It's against the Blue Devils. First and 15. Rogers rolls. Hits Charlie Edwards coming across the middle there.
Well, excuse me, Doug, even if Charlie makes the catch, it's a very minimal gain. It probably wouldn't have gotten the ball back to the original line of scrimmage.
It didn't. It's still second and about 15.
Tell you, Water Valley needs to get some first downs here, if anything, Doug, and get this thing out here to about midfield. Or if you have to punt the ball again, and you're going to give Independence once again great field position, and with an opportunity to really put this thing away.
Rogers back to pass, under pressure.
They're ruling him down.
They'll rule Rogers down. No fumble. The Eupora fans don't agree, but that's their right. Third down now. Third down and about 11. Penalty markers on the play. Legal procedure call against the Devils. Third down now, third down at about 16. Rogers rolls, under pressure.
Never had a chance. Never had a chance.
And somebody blew a blocking assignment. I saw Coach Higdon out on the field pointing fingers. And that brings up a 4th and 32. And the Blue Devils are forced into a punting situation. Edward gets it off. Marshall hits it, misses it, picks it up, and is finally dragged down back at the 46-yard line. Well, the Eagles will take over 1st and 10.
Well, there's no doubt now, Eupora up 2 scores. They're going to try to run this clock out.
.5:14 left in the contest.
Come on, baseball!
Johnson out to the left. Marshall right. Straight up the middle. That's Sullivan. Takes it down to about the 42.
Picks up 4 yards. 7-6 for the Eagles.
Second down now and about 6. Pitch it back to Brooks. Brooks cuts it back against the grain. Fumble on the play, and he recovers. And he gets a first down out of the deal, too, down at the 30-yard line.
At the Blue Devil 30-yard line. And that's our first and 10 Eupora.
First and 10 Eagles at their own 30. Or at the Blue Devil 30, rather. Excuse me. Hand it off to Brooks. Brooks over the left side.
Brooks on the play, tackled by Robert. This time around, recognize that cheerleader. Taylor Hines. Keona Barnum. Heather Birchfield. Taylor Watson.
Davis to Brooks. Brooks takes it forward. Down to the inside the 25 to about the 22.
It's pretty evident what Eupora's here. They're just grinding this thing out, and they know now we're coming up on 3 minutes now to go in the game. And they pretty much got this one in control.
Amanda Herbert, and the mascot, the Cowboys Harrison. The 32 for the Eagles, ball spotted at the middle of 42.
Pitch it back to Brooks. Brooks still on his feet. .225 to go. First and 10 Eagles.
This is down the 17-yard line. Doing another first and 10 for Eupora.
Give it to Johnson. Johnson looking for running room. And he's finally stopped over on the side.
Going under 2 minutes now.
Second down and 7 from the 14. Davis hands it off to Brooks. Brooks takes it down, looks like inside the 5.
This is down the 8-yard line, 33 for the Eagles.
3rd and 2 for the Eagles. Davis under center, hands it off straight ahead to Sullivan. Sullivan still on his feet. Finally brought down. That's going to bring up a 4th down here. Well, no, they give him the first down yardage. Just 1st and goal. 1st and goal Under a minute to go. And let's see here. The Eagles up to the pitch it out to Brooks. Brooks looking for running room. And he is stopped short of the goal line.
That's going to wrap it up, Doug.
And that's going to be all of it. And that's the end of the ball game with your final score. The Eupora Eagles 27, the Water Valley Blue Devils 13.